The 1950s birthed the notion the Shushin, or moral education. The Shushin is a critical agenda of the political conservatives. The United States wanted Japan as a westernized nation and a buffer against the Soviets and the Chinese. Nevertheless, Marxist historians prevailed the most during this time period. Ironically, they aligned with many notions the Americans wanted to promote. One aspect is the denunciation of Japanese fascism and militarism, and the exposure of how terrible the war was on Japan and its people. Their ability to thrive mainly had to do with the leftist movement countering Japanese fascism throughout the war, and the Marxist historians benefited because of it. At this stage, most Japanese histories were accounts that advocated the advanced pacifism and denounced the cruelty of the war, including textbooks, comic books, and films. Japan wanted the world to see them as a reformed and peaceful nation, bent on renouncing its militaristic tendencies. Japan's popular culture echoed these sentiments. Most films depicting the war focused on the individual, and they cursed Japan's imperialistic nature and aggression. Masaaki Kobayashi's three-part epic, The Human Condition, was one of the first Japanese films to ever depict Japan's atrocities against the Chinese people, as well as comfort women. Barefoot Gen profoundly affected Japan's popular memory on the other end of the spectrum. The manga is about Hiroshima and its aftermath from the point of view of a child. The author of Barefoot Gen is an example of Japan's pent-up frustrations in the war's immediate aftermath, and Japan's suffering from the atomic bomb. On the one hand, works like The Human Condition criticized Japanese aggressiveness. On the other, Barefoot Gen helped sow the seeds of Japanese victimization. Both promoted pacifism. Japanese historians saw their country as the villain in World War II's narrative. Even if more conservative historians played their villainy down, the Marxist historians did not. This collective Japanese memory of its aggression provided ammunition for a reactionary wing to slowly manifest itself in the form of nationalism. Historians mention the oppression of Japan being the former invader and colonial power. The population began to yearn for the opposite. Japanese politicians began implementing revisionism, which took decades to truly manifest.